Hello, it's a pleasure to have you on the program again today. Okechukwu Onubogu here, and of course, as always on the program, we have different segments. One of the segments is the discussion segment, and my guest is already here seated with me. Apart from that, we have our news beats, we have from the business news, as well as some economic talk, that is business talks, financial talks, rather financial matters. So please do stay with us, join us, and enjoy every bit of what will come from us to you. May I let you know, even as I mentioned my name, I also, my guest has a name. He is Abdulaziz Idris, and there is something about him. He is the convener of the Abuja Traders and Entrepreneurs Roundtable. So he will be with me, he is already here with me, and we'll be talking. He is, as I would always say, he is a human resource manager as well as an entrepreneur. So let me say welcome to Abdulaziz. Good to have you on the program, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you so much. Right. Straight away, we will take what we have from our news beat, and when we return, we'll now let you see our topic for today. Join us.
A high-level delegation from the International Monetary Fund (IMF) at the weekend met with the federal government's team on budget and economic planning to discuss the country's 5-year growth plan.
Topic. Immediately I mentioned my name, you placed my name. After that, I start seeing the topic. I didn't say it because this is your first time with me, so I need to show you. So after my name, and it took time before my name came on. It was all part of it. We are getting to know ourselves today on the program. So whenever I will come on, we'll place the topic. Like now, you can place the topic there. After a while, you move it again. But then, or if we can leave it, let them finish, then we'll come back and we'll talk about the topic and discuss it. And I want to see the topic before I start talking, because I
advocate for evidence-based policy making and inclusive economic transformation. Skimel Fenig commended Nigeria's reform momentum and mentioned the IMF's interest in understanding how the country's medium-term strategy aligns with its broader development agenda. He said, "We would like to hear your thoughts on current developments, your outlook for the next year and the medium term." He said, "We understand that you are preparing the medium-term framework, the National Development Plan and the 2026 budget. Having your overall vision at this stage will be extremely helpful." He observed that while pre-election years often bring uncertainty, Nigeria's consistent policy coherence highlights its institutional maturity. According to him, every country manages pre-election periods differently. But what we see in Nigeria is a continued commitment to reform and policy consistency, a signal of growing institutional strength. Outlining Nigeria's medium-term outlook and the upcoming National Development Plan, Bagudu reaffirmed the government's commitment to aligning fiscal reforms with national planning to ensure coherence, efficiency, and inclusive growth. He expressed gratitude for the IMF's constructive engagement and technical assistance over the past 2.5 years. The Nigeria Employers Consultative Association (NECA) has expressed support for the federal government's 15% import tariff on petrol and diesel. Director General of NECA, Mr. Adewale Smart Oyerinde, in a statement on Sunday in Abuja, said the move will strengthen the naira and attract investment. Oyerinde said the policy is a welcome step towards protecting local industries and encouraging domestic refining of petroleum products. It is absurd for a country blessed with crude oil to spend so many years importing petrol and diesel, he said. He said that the comatose state of Nigeria's 4 refineries could be partly attributed to the continuous importation of products that should be produced locally. The imposition of the tariff on imported fuel is not only timely but essential, Oyerinde said. He added that the policy would promote local value addition strengthen refining capacity, conserve foreign exchange, and support Nigeria's industrialization agenda. If implemented effectively, this policy will accelerate Nigeria's journey towards energy sufficiency and economic growth, he said. Oyerinde said the new tariff would also give the Naira some relief by reducing foreign exchange demand for fuel imports. It will assure local manufacturers and investors in the oil and gas industry that government policies are designed to protect and sustain their investments, he said. He, however, urged the federal government to manage the policy carefully to prevent price distortions and unintended effects. Governments must establish necessary parameters and manage the dynamics of the policy to avoid negative consequences, he said. Oyerinde advised that the Naira for crude arrangement should be effectively managed to guarantee regular crude supply to local refiners.
Hello, we're still here, and that has been, of course, our newsbeat this day. From the newsbeat, we still have orders, but then before we go into the other segments, let's return here and do a little discussion. And we are handling a topic that is President Trump's call. What we want to find out is the implications, economic implications in Nigeria. That call, that threat, if you like, but that charge, what implication does it have for our nation, economically speaking? And so my guest will talk about it straight away. Abdulaziz, you've seen the topic and heard about it, so tell us what you think about it.
Good morning, Bill, once again. The economic implication of this threat by the U.S. President Donald Trump really, many of us who were frozen with the or when we heard about that information. The truth of the matter is there are a lot of economic implications, both nationally and internationally.
Yes.
Which we have to look at it both sides. At least we all know what causes the problem. Why President Donald Trump says that U.S. might be coming to Nigeria to at least if Nigerian government failed to protect Christians, as in the alleged Christian genocide, or according to his word, he said existential threat and so on. Well, you see, number one thing, if you look at, there are a lot of, let's look at the international first before we come to national.
Okay.
According to international implications, if we look at number one is the fact that there are a lot of Nigerians that are into imports and export.
Yes.
With this threat by Donald Trump has opened a kind of window. Even other countries, not only U.S. but even Europe and other countries, are looking at Nigeria as an unsafe place for business to thrive.
Yes.
So now we have our business people that are going or coming into Nigeria to bring in or to take away something, especially raw materials and others. They will be looking at, since even if U.S. can offer a kind of this threat to Nigeria, and that means if I go to Nigeria for a business, I may not be safe. That's very, very bad, really. That thing has a kind of situation whereby it has damages the Nigeria's image internationally. Now,
yes, in addition to that, you see, this international thing you're talking about is, because I remember I saw it on the news too, that even Britain has now warned its citizens to be careful about coming to Nigeria.
That's it. That's the implication.
That's the implication.
Yeah.
So any business that's supposed to be, or businessman that's supposed to be coming from Britain, they said he has to be careful and he has to make contingency arrangements. Can you imagine that?
Security arrangements. And that's just telling you how damaging it is. Really, we knew the Nigerian government, especially under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they have, let me put it, let's say they were sleeping somewhere, somehow, diplomatically, because we don't have ambassadors quite for a long time ago, which he's supposed to have sent ambassadors. If we have ambassadors, immediately before the report reaches Donald Trump, there's something they can do. They quickly engage the federal government and the office of the Trump and the office of the War Department of the U.S. that no, this is the situation on ground. This is the situation on ground. So there's no how we can look at a particular one section, for example, Jos and Plateau, and Plateau and Benue, and categorize Nigeria that say everywhere there's Christian genocide. No, there could be genocide, there could be claims, you understand. I prefer the word Donald Trump used rather than the one used by the Ted Cruz, because if you look at Trump did not categorically say genocide, but he said existential threat.
Yes.
Which is something that has a solution, you understand? Even genocide too has a solution, because what causes it, you need to, there need to be unraveled to know what causes it and what. Now, we are talking about the economic implication. You see, I discovered the fact that some Nigerians, they have a friend who usually used to export raw materials like hibiscus flowers. He used to export ginger. He used to export this thing they used to do in Niger State. Usually they plug from this they used to in cosmetics and other. Is it shea butter? Shea butter,
yes. In Niger State, yes.
So he has been exporting, and especially even US is one of his strongholds.
Yes.
Where he used to take these items to. Do you know that he wasn't given permit now?
Hey.
That's what he was telling me. He couldn't have the permit to take those goods to US now. So all these things really is economically is very, very bad. Definitely, it's going to affect us. It's going to affect our federal government too. I don't know about the oil section, which is the major Nigeria's revenue, input coming. So if that one too is threatened, then that means there's a big problem, really. Then that means Nigeria is going to lose revenue.
Yes,
a lot of revenue. So now coming to inside here, Nigeria, really insecurity is not a good thing.
One more time before we return to that, I must say also that even as you mentioned that petroleum, you know that right now Dangote refinery exports petrol to America.
Yes, of course, I know.
And to some other
in large volume.
In large volume, which brings us huge foreign exchange. And if care is not taken, and just as you said, and by any means it affects it, definitely it will affect our economy.
Definitely. Seriously. That's a very serious one.
Very serious matter.
Yeah, because Nigerian economy is dependent on oil.
Yes.
Let me just put it there, because oil, I think, contributes almost 70 or somewhere around
80%.
Almost 80%. So definitely you now see that Nigerian government is one source of its oil revenue is oil. And by having a trade problem between Nigeria and US, that's going to hit Nigeria with a big hammer. But the one thing is here, Nigerian government need to do everything to ensure that this problem did not escalate between Nigeria and America. If America is coming, American securities are coming here to Nigeria to push out these bandits, the kidnappers den, any other unknown gunmen and whatever, if America is coming to ensure that they dispel these terrorists, it's for good.
It's for good.
You understand? The only problem we have here is that if you say, for example, you are protecting only Christians, who are the Christians, who are the Muslims? Nigeria is a secular country.
Yes, of course.
You understand? And we have been living together. In intermarriages,
yes,
a lot of it. There were families that you consider in one family there were some are Christians, some are Muslims.
Yes.
You know, some are even pagan. You know,
Yes, you're correct.
How can you be able to differentiate? Say this is a Christian, this is the so. And it's not everybody that is terrorist
involved in that.
Yeah, at least, for example, if we are talking about Boko Haram base was in Sambisa. If America is coming to destroy those camps in Bonza, it's a welcome development.
That is a great one.
Yes. If US is coming to Zamfara and Katsina to destroy those camps of Belleturgis, Sububu, Kachala, and whatever, it's for good.
Yes.
They're killing people there. No day.
Wasting lives.
No day they will not waste lives. You can see what has happened several times. They will go to a village, ransack the whole village, kill people. They can go to market, kill people. They can stop people on the road and kill as they want, carry the others and demand for ransom.
Yes.
We have been saying it, all this. In those areas whereby they are mining gold, you can find out that when they discover there is a gold mine where the villages are benefiting small out of it, they will come and barricade the place.
Yes.
And ask the villagers to work for them. If you refuse, they will shoot you.
Exactly.
Whatever you go to, you have to hand it over to them.
And so economically, it's a waste for all the effort the community members have made. It becomes something in the hands of these fellows.
So really, Nigerian government need to do something diplomatically to ensure that they have solved this problem, so that Nigeria's business will not suffer. As we are speaking today, right now, we have seen how this banditry, unknown gunmen, insecurity, and others has, in so many ways, has disturbed. I mean, has already couldn't allow people to do their daily businesses.
Yes.
Couldn't allow people to go to Palm. Look at Benue, look at Jos, look at Zamfara, and so many other places in Borno State, and so on and so forth. So if perhaps the federal government join hands either with America and whatever, they are going to push out this one, people will go back to Palm. So we can be able to attend that food sufficiency that we're talking about, food insecurity, which is going to be dispelled. So now, apart from that, if you look at it, trading has become very having problem.
Very slow.
The problem is going slowly. The reason is when you want to carry cows from the north to east or west, your mind is not at rest, because anything can happen along the way. You can be attacked, you can be killed, you can, your goods can be destroyed or even stolen. All those kind of things. There is a need for us to look into all this. These are one of the economic implications that we are talking internally. If you go to market today, I can tell you, there were goods we used to be having every week. There were vehicles, sometimes even trailers, carrying goods from Aba market, from Onitsha market, from Area market, to the north here, down to Abuja here. As I'm telling you, we are seeing it. We are seeing the impact here. The reason is, there were goods that before because of the influx, every day, every week, large number of goods are coming to Abuja, for example, from Aba, from Area market, from whatever, all those markets there in the southeast, and even from Lagos. Now, we cannot, sometimes it's either once in a week, or once in a month, or once in a week.
Whoa.
Which before we used to have it steady, every day is coming.
And definitely that on its own is enough to escalate the price of this product.
Because it brought about scarcity.
Yes.
When you in your shop you need 10 of this particular item, and you only having 1 or 2. By the time you sold it, another 10 did not come. Then that means people will keep coming. By whoever has it, I had all around the market, nobody has it. So definitely scarcity has been created. The next thing is money will be added. Instead of you're selling 1,000, you either have to sell it 1,200 or 1,300. You see, these are the things we are trying to avoid in markets. Until when we are having this, the capability to produce and the capability to also transport it without any hitch, no hindrance at all. But by the time all this insecurity keep on going, we are not suffering it. Because as a Nigerian, you know, this thing is about employment on the other hand. Anybody producing, just let me say, a shoe, you can see the process going. from one point to another. The person selling the leather, the person selling the rubber, the person selling the thread, the person selling the gum. You can see the cycle. Everyone is active. But when they're slow, definitely you know what will happen.
Problem. Okay, we'll still continue on this side of the story, and but right away, let's look at what we have from the business news. We will return.
Okay.
Nigeria has attracted more than £5 billion in new investments across the manufacturing, fintech and energy sectors, underscoring growing investor confidence in the country's economic reforms. The federal government has said. President Tinubu, represented by the Minister of State for Industry, Senator John Eno, highlighted the achievement while opening the 39th Lagos International Trade Fair at Tafawa Balewa Square. The president noted that the inflows reflect the impact of key policy measures under the Renewed Hope agenda, including the removal of fuel subsidies, unification of the foreign exchange system, and ongoing efforts to simplify business regulations. Under the Renewed Hope agenda, we are moving purposefully from potential to productivity, deepening investor confidence and championing innovation and trade, he said. Tinubu also reaffirmed Nigeria's ambition to lead the African continental free trade area, emphasizing that the country must not only participate but drive the facts or the pact's implementation. The Nigeria Customs Service, Port Harcourt Command, has recorded an impressive 247 billion naira in revenue from January to October 2025, exceeding its annual target by over 31 billion naira. Comptroller Salmat Al-Tuluku disclosed the achievement during a press briefing in Port Harcourt, highlighting that the command's 2025 annual target was 216 billion naira with a monthly average goal of 18.07 billion naira. For the month of October 2025 alone, the Port Harcourt Area 1 Command collected a remarkable 33.753 billion naira compared with 9.079 billion naira recorded in October 2024, Al-Tuluku stated. She attributed the milestone to dedication, reforms and collaboration with the command, noting that improved operational efficiency has promoted legitimate trade, blocked revenue leakages and contributed significantly to national development. Al-Tuluku emphasized that the feat reflects the collective commitment of the command's workforce and their focus on sustaining growth in revenue generation. The Nigerian federal government is seeking a $500 million loan from the World Bank to expand access to finance for micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs, across Nigeria. The proposed initiative fostering inclusive finance for MSMEs in Nigeria project aims to mobilize private capital and promote innovative financial products for small businesses. The total project cost is estimated at $2.39 billion, with the World Bank financing $400 million from the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development and $100 million from the International Development Association, IDA. The remaining $1.89 billion is expected from commercial lenders as unguaranteed financing. According to project documents, the loan will deepen credit access through the development of Development Bank of Nigeria, DBN, and of course its subsidiaries. Impact Credit Guarantee Limited, with DBN serving as the implementing agency. The International Bank for Reconstruction and Development provides loans on near market terms to middle-income and credit-worthy low-income countries, while the IDA offers concessional financing and grants to the world's poorest nations. The FinCredit project is expected to strengthen MSME financing, foster innovation, and support inclusive economic growth across Nigeria.
Well, that's it. Thank you so much. We've taken that one. That's talking about from the business news. We will still return here and we'll still continue with our talk. We will still look at another segment afterwards, but looking at what we have, that is the topic for the day. It's still the Trump call, you know, President Trump's call, the implication economically on Nigeria, how it affects us, the implication in our country, what is happening. And here with the chairman of this Alaji Traders Association, as well as the convener of the Abuja Traders and Entrepreneurs Roundtable here with me on the program. And so we're still talking, we're still looking at it and seeing things the way they are. And he was talking about some implications, talking about the internal problems that are coming as a result of it. And I like the side he just touched before we concluded. You know, when goods are difficult to come as a result of insecurity, it makes the one that has come to the market to become scarce, and as a result of the scarcity, the cost, because there will be higher demand, and so the costs will be more. Is that not so, sir? Yeah. And somehow it is not a good story to tell, is it?
Not at all.
There is this other thing again I've looked at, looking at the fact that some people, you know, up north, especially talking about Zamfara State or the Borno State and all that, fuel is transported in these vehicles from here to that place. With insecurity, it will be difficult for them to have that fuel even transported to them. And just as you mentioned, some of the food items that are moved from here to that side becomes a difficult thing. That is from down south rather to up north. Becomes, I remember, you know, they used to talk about tomato jars well, years back when we were in the southeast, and they always look forward to having jars from tomatoes from jars and all that. But with this kind of insecurity, whether anybody likes it or not, whether it is as far as there is this disruption, it affects the business. And when the businesses internally are affected, definitely the economy is affected. What do you think? To say more about it?
That's the way it is. Now, what we are facing in Nigeria today is still, like the language of Donald Trump, is an existential threat to trading.
Yes.
Because the insecurity has already gone beyond every level that someone thinks about. Today, you are in farming. I mean, you are a farmer.
Yes.
You go to the farm, there's a level, or there are some areas in the north whereby they will even allow you to do the farm, but the day of the harvest,
they will appear.
They will just appear and ask you to pack everything for them.
Hey.
And they will ask you to go empty-handed. Rather, if you say you want to resist some of their demands, they will just kill the person.
Oh.
So that's why many people have left farming. As I'm today, as I'm speaking to you, the number of those who are farming in some of those states, Zamfara, Katsina, and some part of Niger, has reduced because there is threat. You cannot go and lay your lives to that kind of situation. You have to consider your life first. So that's why sometimes many people have to abandon the farming and go and be looking for minor jobs. And these jobs come with cost.
Yes.
If you are not trained, you are not skilled.
Yes.
You know, it's a big thing. Before you can be able to learn it, cope with it, and start looking. Somebody who has a family, it's not going to be easy. That's why now this insecurity is pushing people towards abject poverty. Because by the time that the resources you used to fall on are no longer available, definitely, you know, poverty is knocking
at the door. Yes.
So all these things really we need to look at it. In market today, as I'm speaking to you, if you go to market today, as I was in the market this morning.
Yes.
You'll see that a lot of, especially from the north, you see a lot of these boys from Zamfara and Katsina and some other part of the north that they were trooping into Abuja to do Okada.
Because that seems to be the easy way out.
That's the easy way. That's the easy way out. All you have a child, male child, you ask him to, he has to move out because you are not allowed to go to farm. So you ask your boys, the children that you have, those who are grown that can anything above 18 years. Okay, go to Abuja, go to Lagos, go to Port Harcourt, go to wherever. Go and do Okada or do whatever you can do, any manual job that you can pitch us something and you'll be sending money to us.
Yes.
Which initially wasn't like that.
It wasn't like that.
You can see some, they used to come really bad, not in large numbers.
Not in large numbers.
And if allowing that insecurity to keep disturbing those areas, by the time, before you know, that same insecurity will come into Abuja.
Of course, yes.
You understand? I really appreciate the effort of the FCT minister here in Abuja because we have seen a serious or tremendous improvement in terms of security.
Okay.
Whereby at least now, even in Abuja here, you can go to farm around Abuja, you can do farming, and even if you are not a farmer, you can come to market, you can move anywhere around without any threat, because not like before, some areas in Buhari area council and some part of here, Gwagwalada, they have been kidnapping people.
Okay.
Those, now with security going deep into those areas, at least we are seeing a good result, a significant result now. So this is what we needed, not only in Abuja, all over Nigeria. The more we allow insecurity to keep going ahead without any interference, no intervention, then definitely that means we are every day losing economically.
Yes.
We are going backwards, which we should strive. We should also come together to join hands and ensure that we fight this insecurity together. Not only Trump's threat. Whether there's Trump or there's not Trump, we have to tell ourselves
the truth.
We are all dying because of this thing. And who benefits from it?
Nobody really, other than these fellows who are
they're the only ones. They are few.
Yes, and they are quite few. Yes.
They are quite few, so they can be fished out. What I want was, if Donald Trump is want to help Nigeria, I want it not a kind of threat. He should have come in a way that you will help Nigeria, because our insecurity has a lot of deficiency. I mean, our security agency formations, they're having a lot of deficiencies in terms of training, in terms of even the conduct, the way they do their things and whatever. Even the discipline has eroded. Whereby you can see now some of our Nigerian security men who are either military or police or whatever, they're the one aiding the bandits.
Yes.
They were the one equipping them. They were the one aiding the unknown gunmen or whatever. You understand? They were the one selling weapons to them. So if US can come in together, join hands with Nigerian securities, pitch out these guys, you understand, and block any way that they can have weapons. It's for good, because even America will benefit. Like now, Dangote is supplying large quantity of fuel to US. There are other goods. I just told you about my friend who used to take some other items to US. You understand? This US will benefit from this, because by the time we export and the time we import from US, it's a balance of trade can come. You understand? And everyone has his own something to gain.
Yes.
So therefore, it's for our own good that if we can really do things, because our insecurity problem didn't start today.
Yes.
Tinubu met it, you understand?
Of course, he met it.
Yeah, so we have to do something together to ensure that all this issue of insecurity, we solve it. Mostly reduced. Yes, mostly, like if we are talking in particular, like just Plateau and Benue, initially those problems were not religious. Yes. They were ethnic.
Okay.
You understand? Yeah. Initially they were ethnic, but you can see how now it was covered.
Yes.
Because over time, nothing has been done politically to resolve the problem.
Yes.
It has now changed to, it's looking now at
having religious coloration.
This is the problem we're having. This is the problem of Africa. Average African man thought that in fact, if he's a Christian, what he's thinking that Jesus Christ is an African, which is not.
Yes.
If he's a Muslim, he's thinking that Prophet Muhammad is an African. He's not. These people are from Middle East, all of them. So we shouldn't be disturbing ourselves and be killing ourselves because of religion.
Don't know.
This religion came to us. We are here before the religion. You understand? So why can't we tolerate each other? Let everybody go and do his religion. You understand? Then the banditry, insecurity and whatever, let's fight it together.
Broadly attacked. forgetting religious undertones.
Yes, we have to separate religion from all these things. But if you say we can do it, I'm very much sure it will not take us any longer, in a long time. This problem will be resolved.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We'll still continue, but right now let's do some financial talking. We will still return. I still have my guest, and with me we will share a lot more. Let's look at some financial stories. Global equities closed weekend on the negative as Nigerian equities closing with a net loss of 2.8 trillion naira. Trading data at the Nigerian exchange showed that the all-share index, the value-based common index that tracks all quoted equities at the Nigeria Stock Exchange, declined by 2.11% to close at 149,524.83 points. Aggregate market value of all quoted equities also dropped to 94.9 trillion naira at the weekend, as against 97.7 trillion recorded as week's opening value. Data provided by AfriVest West Africa showed that global equities drifted lower during the week as profit-taking in technology stocks, hawkish comments from some central bank officials, and mixed economic data tempered the optimism that had buoyed markets in recent weeks. Although expectations of near-term rate cuts in the United States and Europe remain intact, investors turned more cautious amid signs of uneven global growth and renewed geopolitical concerns. Consequently, the MSCI World Equity Index declined by 2.0%, reflecting a broad risk-off tone across developed and emerging markets. In the United States, equities retreated as investors took profits from mega-cap technology and AI-linked stocks following a string of mixed corporate earnings and weak macroeconomic prints. Also, the ongoing government shutdown continued to disrupt economic operations, delaying key data releases and forcing the Federal Aviation Administration to cut flight operations due to staffing shortages. Meanwhile, the weaker than expected ISM services PMI actual 50.0% versus 51.7% expected reinforced concerns of slowing activity, while federal officials reiterated a data-dependent stance on rate cuts, dampening hopes of November policy easing. As a result, the S&P 500 and Nasdaq indices fell 1.8% and 2.8% respectively. AfriVest reported that across Europe, despite lingering expectations of a possible policy pivot by the European Central Bank later in December, equities traded broadly lower amid weak earnings, updates, and muted growth prospects. As such, France's CAC 40 and Germany's Extra DAX indices fell 2.4% and 1.9% respectively, while UK's FTSE All-Share Index dipped 0.9%, weighed by losses in industrials and energy sectors, despite modest gains in defensive sectors. In Asia, performance was mixed as investors balanced optimism over semiconductor demand with caution surrounding China's fragile recovery. Japan's Nikkei 225 index slumped 4.1%, dragged by weakness in industrial and technology exports amid yen volatility. Conversely, Hong Kong's Hang Seng index rose 1.3%. Market analysts remained optimistic on the outlook for Nigerian equities, noting that despite the steep decline, the broader market picture remains positive. Analysts pointed out that the 9 months to September 2025 total equities transactions on the Nigeria Stock Exchange reached 8.538 trillion naira, with domestic investors accounting for 78.44% of trading activity. Significantly, foreign inflows of 1.030 trillion naira, exceeding outflows of 810.39 billion naira, demonstrating continued international confidence in Nigerian equities. Analysts said the downturn might represent a healthy correction and attractive entry points for long-term investors seeking value. The pullback at the NGX followed recent remarks from United States President Donald Trump threatening military action against Nigeria, which prompted some cautious repositioning alongside natural profit-taking following previous rallies. This drove declines across the several blue-chip counters. The Managing Director of Arthur Stephen Asset Management, Olatunde Molegbe, said the main drivers of the decline were domestic. According to him, market downturn was driven by profit-taking after the 8% gain in October and concerns over proposed 25% capital gain tax on large portfolios. Investors are advised to monitor foreign participation, policy clarity, and key economic indicators, while fundamentals in the financial and energy sectors remain supportive, Amo Legbe said. And well, the Global View Capital Market Limited Managing Director Aruna Kebiri described the downturn as temporary, noting that strong fundamentals underpin the market. He said the current downturn is temporary as fundamentals remain strong. Valuations are now even more attractive and should soon draw renewed buying interest. Well, we still have so many others like Chief Executive Officer of Nigeria Exchange, Jude Chiemeka, saying that the price correction was an opportunity for strategic portfolio positioning. He said a well-diversified portfolio across equities, fixed income, and alternative assets helps investors manage risk and capture opportunities as the market recalibrates. Market watchers have also expressed concerns that the uncertainty surrounding the planned 25% capital gains tax set to take effect in 2026 might have amplified the correction. Well, we'll still take more of our talk and our discussion as we try to round off what we have on the program today. I want to say that we need to continue to think of how best the economy will be made better as far as life is concerned. And talking about life, we're talking about our lives as Nigerians. I want to say special thanks to Tribune newspapers for helping us with some of the facts that we've just used on this right now. Abdulaziz, looking at all of these, is there any hope in the horizon?
There is hope. Why I say there's hope is that we are not expected, no matter what, to lose hope. Because wherever there's a problem, there must be a solution to it. Federal government of Nigeria should do everything to ensure that this insecurity has come to an end. If it is in the northeast, which is mainly by Boko Haram, that issue of having repentant bandits by this time, repentant Boko Haram boys should not occur again. Anybody they caught or they will apprehend, or in whatever circumstance he was caught, they have to flush those guys this time around. It's not a matter of amnesty or any other thing.
Yes.
Likewise, if you come to Zamfara State, there's a lot of solution there. If it's either because if they cannot be able to resolve that one, a lot of farmers cannot go to the pump, and people cannot be able to trade effectively. So the best thing is, let federal government do anything to ensure that those camps were destroyed, either by Nigerian government or by that same US if it's coming for to do that one. Likewise, even in the southeast, this sit at home really is affecting the trading in southeast
on the economy.
Yes, it is really affecting the people there. I know, because I've been speaking to so many of them. So the best thing is, let's do everything. If this problem of Nnamdi Kanu is mainly political, let's see how it can be resolved. You understand? This non-government, it has to be stopped.
It has to be stopped.
By all means, either politically or by whatever the means, also has to be stopped. Once we are able to resolve these ones, business will boom. Nigeria is a good business ground. All over the world, people are coming to Nigeria because of business.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Abdulaziz Idris, for being here again today on the program and for sharing with us. Of course, dear viewer, it's been a special time with the convener of the Abuja Traders and Entrepreneurs Roundtable, and of course, the chairman of the Dutse Alhaji Traders Association. Thank you so much, sir, for being here.
It's my pleasure.
We hope to have you again and again on the program. And thank you, dear viewer, for watching. And let me not forget to say special thanks to Pamela Kayode, to Blissful Capacity Ebuka, and Joseph Okechukwu Onubogu, that has been the lead of the team. Eukaria Onyeneke. Thank you so much, UK, as you're rounding off. We also want to say thanks to Victor Adeye and Victor Chizaya, not forgetting that there is also Felix Akinjagola around there. Oh, my producer, I would say, the one that is the head of what we do, is Ruben Okala. And let me not forget Abdul Wahid Odusile. All of these fellows, we worked one way or the other to make sure that the best comes to you. Okechukwu Onubogu here. What have I got to say? May the best happen to us all the time. Thank you.